Once again, our little corner went across the border to Hemmingford, Quebec for Parc Safari. We've been here before and we're here again. Some years it rains, some years it doesn't. Although Jean-Pierre Ranger, whom we just talked to and we will talk to again on camera in a few minutes, insists that they always have a cloudless day for their American friends. I don't know how many American friends they have, but I guess it's quite a few. Calvin Castine and the Hometown Cable Cameras have been here at Parc Safari many years, since way back in the early 1980s. It's changed hands a few times, and Jean-Pierre has been here a couple of times, and he's here now. And the park is eminently successful, as you can tell just by looking at the people who are here on the 17th day of June in the afternoon. School buses and school buses and school buses throughout the parking lot. They have the 3 white lions, which we covered tremendously when they came in. We're so delighted to have them here, and my hair is white enough now, so Jean-Pierre says if they don't let me back across the border because I forgot my passport today, maybe they can use me in the lion's den. There was something about that story that didn't ring too true for me. In any case, we're going to see what's new this year. We're going to see what's old from last year, and maybe visit some of the places you've seen before. But if this is your first time seeing Parc Safari, maybe you'd like to bring your family up here and see it in person and live. Stay with us. This will be a fun show in the summertime. We're inside the boutique at Parc Safari near Hemmingford, Quebec. And they try very hard every year and consistently to remain as authentic as they possibly can, with authentic music and authentic items here in the boutique. Various little shops along the way inside carry objects that are brought here directly from Rwanda and other places in the African continent. Jean-Pierre and others have told us that they go there every year to see what might be saleable, things that people who visit Parc Safari might be interested in. We have no idea how much business they do from the people who visit here, but in just looking around, I think you can get an idea that the quality of the items that are shown here and listed for sale are top rate. So later on in our tour, we hope to get an official estimate of what's in here and what people can expect when they visit. Obviously, in our little tours of Parc Safari, we can't show you everything, nor would we want to. But our purpose is to whet your appetite enough to come back here and visit sometime, as we try to do at least once a year. I have no idea what you might call it, but it is a method of transportation apparently in Africa. It's got rubber tires, which is pretty good. It reminds me of an old tractor we used to have. You'd need a running start, I guess. Going downhill it would be great, unless there was a stone wall at the bottom. It certainly looks authentic. I don't think it was made on the grounds here at, at Parc Safari. We're going to have a great time today. Stay with us. And we've walked a little farther and we've talked to some of the people who work on the grounds here in Parc Safari, and I have to say that they have boundless enthusiasm for the guests. They've treated us like royalty ever since we've walked on the grounds here today, and they always do. They appreciate anything that the press can do for them here. I just wanted to show you how large this place is inside, with many curios, if you call them things like that, from Africa. Many things you can purchase for your home or business. And as farther on, there is a line of clothing. There are many toys and games for the youngsters. And who would even think of coming across the border, Hemmingford, Quebec, to go to Parc Safari without bringing the children or the grandchildren or the great-grandchildren? While we're in here looking around the place with our Hometown Cable cameras, I would remind you that we are so close to the border. It's just a few minutes across the border, either at Champlain or right there at Hemmingford. And always remember now, if you are an American citizen or a citizen from another country, to bring the proper identification credentials. Coming up here today, it was no problem looking at my license. Going home, we hope it's not delayed, because my passport is home in a drawer, and my wife will think that's pretty funny when I tell her what happened. So at the border, I hope they have mercy. We're here at Parc Safari in Hemmingford, Quebec. We're out near the main entrance to Parc Safari. Beautiful, sunshiny day, as you can no doubt tell, one that you dream about on the 15th of January, the 20th of February. And here we are in mid-June. It's not even officially summertime for 3 more days, and we're here with low humidity, temperatures about, I would say 73 degrees at the moment. The entrance to Parc Safari has changed a little bit since you first brought your camera here, Calvin, hasn't it?
Yeah, it was probably about 25 years ago that
Can I believe
we first
that?
brought
Yes,
the camera
I can.
here. 84, before it even started Hometown Cable. I was doing a weekly show called Our Hour, and
I didn't know that. Our, very clever.
yeah, well, you should know it because you did the introduction. I went down
I remember that too. I remember that now.
and we did a weekly show, and we came here. We went to North Pole also. And we went to Frontier Town. We did 3 of these types of shows. Then in '86, when I started Hometown Cable, we came back here with Bob Ben, and probably around early '90s. Talked a long time with Jean-Pierre and a few others at the time. And you and I have been here, I'd say twice last year, and at least twice before that, probably, huh?
Yeah, so it's 4 or 5 times for us too. So you might say that Hometown Cable has a long and colorful history with Parc Safari. The fact that it would survive was not always a foregone conclusion, but we're delighted with the progress they've made over the last few years. And they're, if you were to believe Jean-Pierre, and I have no reason not to, they are certainly committed bunch of people here, aren't they?
Yes, and they always have been, despite, doesn't matter who the present ownership was. Jean-Pierre has been involved for a lot of years. He left for a while, came back, and picked up right where he left off. And the people here have always had enthusiasm, and they've been good citizens for their neighbors here in Hemmingford, and that's important, I think. And of course, the bounds of Parc Safari are only a few miles from Perry's Mills in
that's
Champlain,
right too.
down to Champlain, and except for that one time when the macaques invaded us, we've gotten along pretty good.
Well, if there was a place to go directly across the border, it wouldn't take you long to get home at all, would it?
Well, there is a place to go directly across, but not legally.
Not legally, that's what I mean. It's when you stop to think about the fact that we are doing this on a Wednesday afternoon, about 1:30 in the afternoon. Look at this parking lot.
I know.
And that elephant hasn't moved a bit since we came
it's just
here.
they're posing. Hey, I think we got the HR person here.
I think we do.
Let's grab her.
Let's grab her when we can, Genevieve.
Hi,
What's your last name?
Bro, B-R-A-U-L-T.
I'm so delighted to meet you, Gordy Little and Calvin Castine.
Hi,
Now, tell me all about this fabulous trophy.
that's a special prize that we win this year. That's for the, I don't know the English word for the gestion de la main d'œuvre.
It's employees management.
Yeah, employees management. So that's why, and we do a lot of activities right here in the season. So that's why we win this prize.
There are so many activities. There are new things every time we come here.
Yeah.
We meet new people every time we drive into this place. And we've been here many, many times in the past. How long have you been here?
It's my 11th season now.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm 27, so.
You were only 3 when you started, huh?
No.
It's a fun place, isn't it?
It's a very fun place. It's a pleasure to work here. And that's why our employees come back every year.
It's this year, in the last few days, we're doing this on the 17th of June, and quite a few people from the media have been here over the last few days, haven't they?
Yeah. Can you just repeat your question?
I said quite a few people from the radio, television, and newspapers have been here. There are a few here today. Of course, we're the only ones that really count, right? From Hometown Cable, but we've been here many times before doing shows. So what do you show people when they come here?
When they come here, they can see animals, they can go to the rides, they can go to the pool, they can view some shows, and we also have a drive-through that you can go with your car to see the animals and feed the animals. That's so interesting.
Don't you just love it when a giraffe puts his lips inside your car and slobbers out over your hand when you try to feed him food? That's so much fun. And don't kids love that?
Yeah, of course. But you don't have to. You cannot feed the zebra because they don't like you so much.
Oh, they don't? Especially me. I don't know why. They'd love her hair, though, I think. You think the zebras would like your hair? No. Do you live in this area? Do you live close by?
It's like it's 30 kilometers.
That's not far.
No, that's not far.
That's wonderful. How did you first get your job here?
First, I work at the boutique when
sure.
I come here. So I worked there for 6 seasons, and now I'm the office for 5 seasons.
You know, we just stood inside the boutique and walked back and forth. And I've never seen so many interesting,
that's a pretty
curious items for sale.
Yeah, that's a pretty beautiful boutique. Yeah, you can find a lot of stuff from everyone around the world.
Somebody has to make a trip to figure out what they're going to buy. Somebody maybe went to Africa to pick those things out. I wonder.
Yeah.
Not you.
No, not me.
So quite a few people are here. We notice it's the middle of the week on a Wednesday.
And it's a busy day today.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, it's amazing to see a lot of people today.
I think people watched the weather report and they saw that today was going to be the only sunny day of the week. And they said, come on, kids, here we go, grab the picnic. But there is something to do at Parc Safari for everybody, for older people like me, for little kids, for grandmas, for aunts and uncles, for everybody, isn't there? Mm-hmm. The water park is great for the kids, right?
For every people, yeah. Every age of people can come here and go to the water park, I'm sorry.
And I know there are shows, right?
Yeah.
What kinds of shows do they have?
We have show with animals and with the mascot, the Filomenu are there too. And you can have shows for children and for adults, interesting everyone.
Were you here last year when the White Lions came?
Yeah, I'm here. I was here.
Isn't that exciting?
Yeah, that's pretty exciting. A pretty nice adventure.
There were so many famous people here that over that time period, and everybody was so excited to see them because there just aren't that many white lions around, are there?
Yeah, and a lot of people work on this project too, so that's why we are so anxious to see them when they come here.
You know, this, taking nothing away from Disney World and all the other famous parks in the country, Six Flags and others, but Parc Safari is different from anywhere else, isn't it? It's unique.
Yeah, it's unique because it's for every age of people. You can find something interesting, you can see animals, you can be close from the animals, and you can go to the rides. There's a lot of experience that you can live here.
Now, do either one of you work here in the winter time? Are you here you stay all winter? No kidding. Oh, wow.
We are a small team during the winter, but we're still here.
Well, Calvin and I were talking about that. Somebody's got to take care of the animals.
Exactly.
Somebody's got to keep the place up.
Yeah.
So you've been here 11 seasons.
Yeah.
You'll be here forever.
Probably.
Like I said, it's a good place to work, and you must have met so many people from many, many countries, huh?
Of course, and people who come here are in vacation, so they are always smiling and always good humor.
That's not a bad thing, to find people that are always smiling. There's a lot of things to frown about in our crazy world these days.
Yeah.
And when people can come to a place like this and have a good time, and listen to the kids laugh when they see the animals and jump in the water and see the shows, that's a good thing, isn't it?
They have a good day.
That's great. Now, what else are on the grounds here that we haven't talked about? I know this is, I don't know how many acres this is, but this is a big park, isn't it?
Yes, this is. we have a lot of project too. Maybe in the few years we have a more attraction to be the best place to come in vacation.
I think it's already the best place to come on vacation. You can
will be
talk
better.
out loud, you know. She isn't the only one who knows how to speak. You can do that too. Anyway, it's great. It's great to talk to you. Congratulations on the trophy.
Thank you.
You can take that home with you tonight. I won't tell them.
Okay.
Okay? Genevieve, thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Have a wonderful day.
You too. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And we're going to go on a little safari, and that's the machine we're going on. And I
think so.
hope
I think
the
it
horses
is.
don't run away in the process. We've been there before, huh?
I don't know what that backboard is for. They're going to carry us out after a while.
Oh, maybe that's true, or maybe that's the first aid. It looks like a first aid thing. We may need that too, Calvin. You never know.
All I know is we're going through the ride, not the ride, but the ride through the jungle there, and we're gonna
See the animals and see the newborns.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's our vehicle or not, but it'll be something like that. It looks like a first aid thing, not just you. I don't think that's us.
We'll find out soon enough, right?
I hope so.
All right. Jean-Pierre Roger, it's good to see you again.
It's a pleasure to welcome you to Parc Safari.
I already told people that you ordered this day especially for our visit today.
You know, after the two past summers of 2007 and 2008, I think heaven owes it to humans living in the Northeast that the sun come back and shine and not that more rain fall upon us.
We did have our share. The grass was green.
My friends who are in the golf industry
Oh, boy.
are very happy to see that the sun is back.
It's always a thrill for us to be here. We've been trying to count the number of programs that Calvin has done on Hometown Cable over the years, but since the 1980s, if you can believe that. And we've seen many changes here, and so have you since the 1970s.
The park has always kept an ear out to listen to those who come, our guests, and try and respond to expressed views on where we should go. And I believe it is that attention to customers' views, to visitors' views, that has allowed us to stay in business for 38 years now and to continue to develop with what I'm happy to announce to you and to your viewers that we have a $61 million development project that will touch the next 7 or 8 years in order to grow Parc Safari into something that will be called Grand Safari, because it will include the use of those 800 or so acres of land that we have, contributing new facilities to the already interesting and pleasant experience of Parc Safari.
800 acres? I had no idea.
It's pretty large.
Wow.
It was always there when the American company Hardwick developed Parc Safari back in 1972. They had such plans, but for different reasons they have not come about. But now we are about to embark on the first stage, which is building the camping ground for 700 families. It will not be a place where you can come for a long time. It will be a 7-night stay maximum period. And then there'll be a water park that'll probably take a little bit of inspiration from the beaches on Lake Champlain, with 30-some marble elephants that will spew water.
Oh, come on.
Life-size elephant.
Oh, won't that be fantastic?
Well, our Grand Safari project plans on providing a facility for families with young children where you can spend 3, 4, 5 days without going down to Florida, not to name the attraction that seems to pull us all
Too late,
down.
we've already done that. But you know what? In this age we live in, these financial times, won't it be wonderful for families just to come here so close to the border and spend a week and not spend $10,000 in the process, you know?
I have to say that what it is that you have just mentioned is very much in my philosophy. I run a privately run business, but I come from the 40s when times were different. And yes, when the financial world takes over the tourism industry or family-related matters I think there's a distance that grows between the services that are rendered and the real needs of societies. As long as Parc Safari maintains its philosophy of offering services at a fair price, and yes, we have to make money because we have to pay our bills, but I think the past 7 years have proved that we can do that. We have invested 12 million in the past 7 years and we paid that. And yet our pricing strategy is the lowest of all attractions of a similar capacity in the province of Quebec and Ontario. So it demonstrates that if you administer wisely, and I don't mean that in any presumptuous manner, and with the cooperation of the 300 or so people who work with us, and the media, who do give us the support, such as what is happening right now with your presence today, we can continue to be a service to community based on education values, environmental values, concerns, and providing to families the opportunity to spend quality time together. Sorry for this long spiel, but that's a philosophy that I believe that's embedded in our brain.
I've always appreciated your personal philosophy. And if anybody in this world has paid their dues and is entitled to give a little speech every now and again to explain his beliefs, it's you. Because you've been there, you've done that, you've seen Parc Safari go from its infancy into what it is today. And as I said before, I talked to you when we were standing out by the elephants, the future of Parc Safari was not always a foregone conclusion at some points along the way. So to bring it to where it is today, it rests right here, and you have to be proud of what you're seeing right now today.
I appreciate your comment, but it probably rests on a philosophy that is one I learned in my working with the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation and with Air Canada. So I owe to those with whom the opportunity was given to learn some values and some principles that it carried through. And today, the park, with its philosophy of bringing children 15, 16, 17 years old into our workforce, but first and foremost, training them and showing them how to be good hosts and good hostesses is what serves us best. Because when you come in at the entrance gate and the first word that you hear is "Welcome to Parc Safari," maybe when you go to other places, the first word is there'll be $20.
Yeah, $20, please.
And at Parc Safari, we try and bring a more humane or bring more humanity in our relationship. Pricing philosophy is fundamental, but then the quality, whether it is the safety aspect of what we do at the park, we've had no accidents in 4 years, no accidents, and that's important when you have 350
Wonderful.
people on staff. Our guests enjoy facilities that we try and improve. We've not finished. We got here at this park 18 million yet to spend, and in the other facilities it'll be 41 million for a par 3 golf course, for a scientific a camp based on environmental sciences, a theater, open air theater, where we will bring artists from China, from Europe, from Quebec schools, US training, circus training school. And a golf cart facility based on electrical power. We'll try and reduce our consumption of electricity. We recycle everything that we can. Those values are up there with us today. We either care or we don't care. And I think Parc Safari is on the spectrum that wishes to go in the right direction of the challenges that our society and all societies face in this 21st century.
There's so many things that are unique about Parc Safari, including what our cameras have seen today and have seen in the past, but the door is just opening from what you tell us. And the inside will be some spectacular new sights.
What it is that we do has got to have as much personality as what Walt Disney, who happens to be my personal man of the millennium, because he has taken concepts that he collected in Europe when he was serving in the First World War as a driver for ambulances. He read stories of the great writers and he translated those stories into Disneyland in California. He did take a step further in building Epcot and in building Disney World in Florida. But that rests on a view of the world. It's not centered on one part of the world, it's centered on humanity. So what it is that we are going to be doing here in our golf course, for example, is presenting 5 continents. Each continent will represent 9 countries, and each country will be represented by either a built or a natural asset. For example, if you're playing Africa, you're going to be playing the first hole and you'll see an Egyptian pyramid. In the second hole, you'll see Victoria Falls. And in the third hole, you'll see the Kilimanjaro in miniature, but that is serving both an introduction to golf to children and their parents, and it's serving a geography lesson in a very fun way. And if you serve 5 continents or present 5 continents in such a way, then we've done our job. All of those new additions to the Grand Safari concept relate to education, environmental concerns, and I think we can do that in as a fun way as Walt Disney was able to build Disneyland and Disney World.
I think the educational aspect is very important to you, isn't it?
It is all that we leave our children. It is the only thing that we leave behind. If we leave behind ignorance and whatever negative facets humanity carries, then I don't think we are going in the right direction. I think we have to leave behind the best school system. We have to leave environmental concerns as part of our day-to-day activities. And if we have to think of the planet as this blue planet as a very small entity on which we happen to have the opportunity to live, if we don't see this as those very rare or few astronauts, I think we're missing something. So through the eyes of astronauts and the space program, whether it be Russian or American and Canadian, I think we have the challenge to uplift our soul and our brain and our engagement to do something. And I'm, as a human being, just trying to do what I can here in Hemmingford.
I love what you do. The word is perspective. The astronauts give us perspective that we might not have with our feet firmly planted here.
Probably.
Yeah.
That perspective is the most important asset, aside from the scientific elements that may come from research in space. The perspective of seeing this blue planet standing in space is something that should help us realize that, hey, we only got one Mother Earth, and if we don't take care of it, it's not going to be there. Grand Safari wants to, in its own way, contribute to the well-being of families, and I think it wants to contribute to augmenting the understanding that we have of what is involved in living on planet Earth.
So what is the goal? How many years before this is completed? Have you got?
Well, the development project for Grand Safari begins with the continuation of the improvements made on Parc Safari. It follows with facilities to host people. We have 15,000 families who come from far away and who ask for a place to stay. So we are going to try and build accommodation through a camping and what I call alternative lodging. So if you don't have a tent, we will be able to put you up in the alternative lodging, if I may use that euphemism.
Sure.
So the time frame is 7 years, not putting all the eggs in one basket, but we will do phase A of the camping and phase A of the golf course and phase A of the aqua park, the water park, and so on and so forth, and grow as funds become available. But we do expect the cooperation of both our federal, provincial government in terms of helping us by bringing the electricity and doing proper road work. That should be the responsibility of the government. But we'll take care of all the goodies and the aesthetics aspect and the educational aspect linked to our project. That we'll pay for.
You've always said you listen to people for feedback. And I'm one of those people who is an observer, as you are. And when we walk through the parking lot, I listen to those people I can understand because I don't understand French too much. But the English-speaking people who come in here, The kids are raving. Do we have to go now? Why do we have to go home now? And don't you love it when you hear them gushing about the place?
You know, if we had to make a negative advertising for Parc Safari, and I have seen this with my own eyes on quite a few occasions, not to say every day, standing here where we are now, or standing next to our what we call water area, which is a small pond. When the kids say to their parents, I don't want to go, we could put the camera on those kids and a commercial would say, why are they saying this? And it's because they're having the time of their life at Parc Safari. But you know, one of our slogans is memories for life. So people come here and experience things in a setting which is not exceptional, because I think many facilities dedicated to family entertainment offer quality, and we're not alone in this world. Many people have different ways of presenting, whether you're in France or England or Japan or China. But what it is that we do at the park did stay close to what it is that parents tell us. So all of the education signage, for example, instead of taking the scientific approach, they always take little stories. And let me just mention one, because that's what makes the difference. You have a 3-year or 4-year-old kid or 5-year-old, and you ask him, what's the difference between a giraffe, a mice, and a human? And they'll say, well, they're so different. I say, yeah, but they have a similarity now. So can you tell me a similarity? And the similarity is that each one, in spite of the giraffe having a neck bone this tall, and the mice having one about 1/8 of an inch long, well, they all have 7 neck vertebrae. And we have 30 such little stories told as you go along the park. And we ask parents to tell their children to read it out loud. This is part of, I think, what makes the park a magical experience for both parents and children. And we just want to try and continue on this line of thought and this philosophy for the next, as long as God will allow me to be here.
And that'll be a lot more than 7 years. You'll still be a young guy then. Jean-Pierre, thanks so much for this wonderful introduction. I think it's important for people to know what makes that mind of yours spin and spin and spin, because everything you think is reflected in what they see when they come here. And that's a great credit. I thank you so much.
It's a pleasure to welcome you at the park and to welcome all of your viewers to Parc Safari, and in a few years to the Grand Safari. Thank you very much for your visit.
We will return.
And we have
Well, wait a minute. Let's get a camera going and we can talk about that. It's your chance. There it goes. 3 elephants and their names are Churchill.
Yeah, Churchill, Carol, and Jeannot.
Jeannot?
Jeannot.
Oh, very good.
Nice, like a bunny.
People love elephants because they're so huge and so wonderful. They're very intelligent creatures too.
Yeah, it is, and it's really strong, and it's real funny because it's a little like human. They have emotions. They cry when an elephant dies. They do a procession about that, funeral, like humans.
And when I've seen all the shows on television from National Geographic and elsewhere, and their emotions
Yes,
are
a lot.
so incredible.
Yeah.
How they take care of their babies when the babies are stuck or in trouble, how they get together to help each other. And like you said, when an elephant dies and they come across the skull of another elephant, they stop and the trunk goes around to feel every bit of it. They are amazing.
Yeah, and they could cry for a few days.
Yes,
When
oh,
an
sure.
elephant dies, they cry for a few days. So it's really special.
You told me the zebra wouldn't like me, and there he is right there.
The zebras, the problem with their teeth, they could bite you. Like to eat? They really like to eat, but they are dangerous because they could bite. But they're nice. We have two kind of zebras. We have
do?
Damara and Grant.
Ah.
Let me check something. Les Damara, c'est des lignes fantômes.
Look at
The
him.
difference with the Grant is that they have lines all over the body. But the other one with Damara, they also look like a zebra, but they have phantom lines. So they are like kind of gray, and it's not
I
exactly.
like the one with phantom lines. Wow.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
And there's no line up to the feet. It's only on the middle of their feet. That's water buffalo. That's
Water buffalo, yeah, they're
and
beautiful too.
when it's hot days, they are going in water up to there.
Right up to their nose and
They are funny, yeah. But they're really shy. This is Crusher, the rhinoceros.
That's a perfect name.
Yeah.
Crusher.
It's really, really, really stressed out. It's really stressed
Can you
out.
tell just how? Isn't it amazing?
Yes, it is.
So massive and so strong
Yes.
and
When it-
powerful.
When it walks, it's like
But-
a big one piece of.
But you know what? If they want to run, they can run pretty fast.
Yeah.
So if you get chased by one, you better get a head start.
You better run and run and run, or cry.
Yeah.
So the thing is really strange because I don't know how to say that.
The
The horn, yeah, it's like airs.
Yes,
It's the same when you touch it. you
it's
can,
not bone, it's hair.
exactly
That's
kind of.
exactly right.
It looked to be.
Oh, he's a big guy, and he's not worried about you and me, not
No.
even a little bit.
when
He's
sometimes
just saying what's for lunch.
yeah, exactly. During summer, sometimes he plays with the tire.
Does he really?
Yeah, he just like crush and crush and crush, push. Where's the third elephant? The third elephant is on the other side.
I got to tell you how nice it is to be here when the sun is shining. The
amazing.
last time we took a trip through here, it was raining so hard. Every time we opened the window, the rain came
You know
rushing
what?
in.
This summer, we decided, the marketing department, that there will be sun all the way, all the summer.
Call me tomorrow when it rains.
No. We ask upstairs that
Yeah, we ask
only
up.
during night that there will be some.
And here
you
they
want to
are,
feed it?
the beautiful giraffe. Now you feed them and we'll watch you. We'd love to see you.
I will let Christine.
Just most people don't realize how tall they are. Look at that. Uh-oh, you're gonna get some action. Whoops, maybe not.
Yep.
Maybe not.
There's Agathe, Aisha, and. Patrick, c'est quoi le nom du girafon? Pat? Agathe, Aisha, et
They're just
Chou-Marie. The baby, there's two
Oh.
female and one male.
really.
So, just a second. Oh, comment tu dis ça? Chou-Marie, that's the male, and the two females are Agathe and Aisha.
Oh, isn't that what? Who comes up with these names?
I don't know. I think it's all the zoologists.
Oh, there's
And we have two kind of giraffe here. You can see there's, I don't know the name of the two kinds, but there's one with small spot and one with big spot. And the small spot are more dark than the other one.
so
it's
glad you came with us today. You can explain all these things.
my pleasure.
That's
I
great.
should be a zoologist too.
Yeah, I forgot your name again.
Virginie.
Virginie, wonderful. And what is your regular job here?
I'm in marketing.
Marketing?
But here
That's
we're
the
doing
best
everything.
field to be in.
Yes, because I'm selling fun.
That's good too.
Yes, I like my job and I do everything. So it's
Now,
really
have
fun.
you learned marketing since you've been here? Did you go to school? or-
I went to university, Sherbrooke University.
Did you really?
Yes, and I did all my stages here. And when I finished, they said, "Well, are you interested to be with us in the team?" I said, "Yes, for sure. I love my job."
It's a good group of people here, and isn't it fun to meet new people every day?
Huh? And it's a family. Even if Parc Safari is a big company, it's all family direction and management. So it's really fun. It's really fun to be here, and we see people from everywhere, from States, from Canada, from France, Europe, Asia.
What do we got over here?
Here we have water buffalo too.
Oh, look at this! Look at up here, Calvin, on each side of the car.
C'est un...
One taking a nap by the road.
That's a Damara zebra. As you can see, there's
Oh, on the
gold
left-hand
lines.
side, completely different.
It's because when it's wet, they could be like a bit yellowish. So, as you can see, there's like gray lines compared to the
Yeah.
other one.
Interesting.
And that one, I don't think it got. Oops. Yeah, it got some gray lines all over the body. Do you think there is black lines or white lines?
Yeah, well, you see, that's the question. And is it black on white or white on black or brown on white? What is it?
The answer is
Okay,
that
here we go. Watch this.
You're not supposed to feed the zebras because of their teeth. But it's
She
okay.
just wanted to get a picture of her finger going down the zebra's throat.
I do horseback riding, so I know.
You could touch them anyway. But as you can see too, the lines are not going down to the
All the way down on
Yeah,
the legs.
exactly.
Yeah, isn't that fascinating?
And it's white lines and not black lines. So it's white on black.
White on black. Okay.
I think I should know.
That's the official word today. See ya.
Bye, man.
Somebody told me how many animals are here, and I forgot. Do you remember? You don't either, do you?
I will get the right information.
It's not important. I used to know, and I forgot.
Changes every day.
And it changes. That's right. It changes every day. We got lots of new babies this year. Because whatever happens in the life of these animals happens here. They don't get taken away from here and put in a circus in the wintertime. They stay here. And there are lots of barns and lots of things that go on behind the scene. Now,
Here we have 500 animals and 55
see, she
different.
found out.
Yeah, I have to know
In
everything.
several languages, 500.
Yes, that's a lot, and 55 different
Species?
yes,
There you
of
go.
animals.
Including the ostrich, which in French is spelled A-U-T-R-U-C-H-E.
Autriche, yes. You will learn some French
I
today.
hope so. Gosh, I hope so.
Les zèbres qui étaient jaunes, c'est pourquoi?
Look at these. Aren't they? Look at the.
Christine don't like these.
Those are the long-necked animals, and they can run. And
Yes.
they can kick.
Yes,
they want
also.
to.
And they can give headbutts. Yeah, headbutts.
Headbutts.
Cool.
If we could stay long enough, you would take a ride for us, right?
Oh well.
Maybe not.
Ils sont les alliés.
Okay, here we go.
What?
Wow, here we go. Oh. Oh, that's beautiful. It only hurts for a little while. Oh, look at this.
What can I do for you,
I
eh?
think you can do everything. That's wonderful.
Wow. Encore, ça va?
You don't even need a
See you later.
Band-Aid. Goodbye.
It's really dangerous because they have really big nails.
Yeah,
Is that
they
nails?
do. Toenails.
It's dangerous because they could,
Oh, of course.
when they are mad,
Oh, yeah.
so they don't avec leurs griffes. Il y a des longues griffes.
I've seen them with people riding on them, and ostrich races with a saddle like a horse on the back. Can you imagine what that must feel like?
I would not
I'd
really
rather
like
ride
to.
on a camel, I think. Why not?
I will give you my turn.
Speaking of safety, though, like, what do you do?
For those people just turning on their television set, we're not on the cast iron farm in Champlain on the Ridge Road. We're at Parc Safari. Huh?
We're not at Country Dreams
Not a Country Dreams farm. I haven't seen a horse yet, have you? We're seeing lots of wonderful animals because we're at Parc Safari right across the border at Hemmingford, Quebec, and just enjoying a beautiful summer light day on the 17th of June 2009 with a group of charming people who are acting as our guides, riding in the back of a pickup truck. It isn't exactly what I had in mind, but Calvin's ensconced down inside. For those people who are regular viewers of our show, you know we had an experience, if you will, with a team of horses named Pat and Pete on Country Dreams Farm, where the tire on the trailer blew out and the horses took an unexpected trip down through a pasture. We finally arrived almost totally unscathed, but it was all captured on tape for posterity, thanks to Calvin. But we're at Parc Safari now, going through the actual rides where the animals are located. Anybody who comes here with a family can do the same. Look at these.
These one. What's the name? C'est quoi le nom de ceux que t'en as droite? the critter kudu.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
That's a newborn.
Newborn over here. Oh, the baby over here on this side, Calvin. Can you see over my shoulder here? Just beautiful.
That's an eland.
Eland. Okay.
African eland.
African eland. Look
Small
at
baby.
little tiny babies.
Yeah. Just on that, yeah.
They are a beautiful and graceful animal, aren't they? Just almost like a baby, a little Bambi. Many people who know me know that I live on the Saranac River, and we have wildlife behind our house too, but I have to confess it's nothing quite like this. We will see an occasional doe with a baby and turkeys and other wildlife, but not like you might see on an African safari. Quite a few people here today, as we've mentioned numerous times since we started. They are so beautiful. What a great introduction to animals, as opposed to kids going, for example, in a zoo. And I have nothing against zoos in general, because I visited many in my lifetime, from my early childhood at age 2 or 3 in the Bronx Zoo and the Central Park Zoo in New York City. But here, in an almost natural habitat, it's wonderful to see the animals and to have the tamer ones actually approach the vehicle, and that's wonderful. And if you come here with your family, you'll be able to feed them. Some of them. Not the zebras, though.
Souvent, les gens vont dire, il y a pas beaucoup d'animaux dans cette aventure, mais le but, c'est pas qu'il y ait un animal par mètre carré. Le but,
And I bet you can say GNU in French, too.
a gnu, is that the
There.
same thing?
Sure, the same thing. GNU.
Same thing.
GNU.
Wow. That's easier in that
That's
time.
better, yes.
Pour ce qui est des herbes, là, tu dis, bon, on a pas le droit de les
We've got, look at this.
Pourquoi il était là? T'as
Look at the giant
l'impression
horns.
que les gens voient pas.
Non, non, c'est juste qu'on avertit les gens à l'entrée. Tout le monde qui rentre, ils sont avertis. Il faut pas les nourrir, mais finalement, on les nourrit, c'est pas grave. Oh, there's another baby just there. In the middle, there's like a one ear and a small one without any horn.
Those horns are truly amazing, aren't they?
You
Wow.
know what? That's useful because the blood going down the horns to be colder. So and go back in the body of the beef.
Oh,
That's a Watusi. It's really
Watusi.
yeah, Watusi. And call it Watusi.
Okay, look at this, Calvin.
Would you appreciate to give some food? You should try with the camera. Would you like to?
Yeah, we'll try.
Your turn.
We'll try. We'll try.
Oh,
Oh, it's good food. It's the best.
no, you don't want to.
No, not that big fat hand, he said. I'll try a gentle hand.
Là-bas, c'était des élans du Cap.
Pretty massive animal when you see him up close like that, the size of the head alone.
And look, there's a little small baby in the middle.
Oh, little baby Watusi.
And we have a zebra getting a sun bath.
Yeah, right there next to them.
This is Adax. This is Adax.
Addax. Addax.
Yes. That's a kind of antelope.
Also beautiful horns.
Yes,
Aren't they
it is.
beautiful
C'est
horns?
quoi fait que ça dans l'enclos de ton côté?
Scimitar horn oryx.
This is
Oh,
scimitar.
Patrice,
horn.
way to go, baby!
That's an amazing one. It's why he's the director, I guess. This is mini zebu. Is that c'est ça la même chose en anglais?
Ouais.
Ah. Mini zebu.
Mini zebra, you did it right.
Yes.
Seagulls.
And lots of seagulls. There's always lots of seagulls. In every country in the world, and way, way too many in my backyard, I'll tell you that. Between
Oh.
pigeons and seagulls, I have to hide the bird feed when they come around.
Like the spot.
Yeah.
sometimes some schools do it in bus, and we could have guide to get in the bus with the. They cannot
That's a
feed
good
the
idea.
animals, but we have guide to go with them because I know some informations. But the guide know a lot of information, which is amazing because you learn a lot of things about the
It is.
animals that you will think it's only a beef or something, but they have so many characteristics and extraordinary things. So
Look at this. Oh, isn't that amazing?
that is, c'est quoi? Ça? A yak.
A yak! Which reminds me of a great line we learned when a friend of ours called Bob Hines went to climb the mountain. And there's a great phrase when you're climbing a mountain on a very narrow path and the yak carries your supplies, always stay on the mountain side of the yak. Don't get on the other side because they would give you a
Yeah,
little shove
I guess.
and you would take a flying leap off the side of the mountain.
That's a good trick. I'll keep it.
Always stay on the mountain side of the yak. Look at this.
Ah, I didn't know they like to swim. Or to take a bath. So this is. Oh, I don't know in English. C'est quoi d'être acheté en anglais?
Fallow deer, yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
That was black fallow
Black
deer.
fallow deer. Okay.
The cap en anglais? Oh, there's only one black buck, but I don't know where it is. You black buck? Patrice? Il est où le surf cap? There's only one black cap. Avec les serres? Oh, look here, look there. You
Oh,
see
yes.
really horns
Yep.
with the white. It's really, really rare. Yes, you find some new friends. Because it's long now. C'est quoi un ému en anglais? Oh. Emu?
Emu. And llamas. We know about llamas.
C'est quoi un alpaga? Ah, it's the same thing. That's llama and alpagas.
Yeah. We have a few people that raise alpacas. We've done shows with them around our area in northern New York
That's funny
because the alpacas have the most beautiful fur.
it's hot too.
You
eh?
can make sweaters and socks and gloves. And,
They are really
Okay.
funny because, like humans, they like to take a sun bath.
oh, of course.
Exactly what they're doing now.
Mange pas du gazon.
Oh.
Each time you enter an area, there is a sign that gives you the name of the animal. And it's really nice to have people with us to explain what the animals are and a little bit about their behavior. There, look at this. There, beautiful. Very gentle, huh?
Yes.
Very
And it's
gentle.
really nice to feed
Yes.
because it's
Very gentle. Look at this. Yes, see, pick it up with the lips. Never get those. Those are sharp teeth,
it's
but they
so
don't bite.
soft. It's
They're just
really
beautiful.
Have it encore? Think you like to eat.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. Like I was explaining, we don't want them to eat too much. So at the morning, we give them a little bit of food, and depending how many people we have during the day, we feed them more or less at the end of the day.
That makes perfect sense to me.
Exactly, because we don't want to have a problem with their
Yeah.
weight. C'est vrai qu'on fait pousser des alpagas, des lamas sur toute
Maybe that's the way it should be at my house, huh? Have a computer that is my wife Kay deciding how much the natives are going to feed me during the day. Oh boy, here we go. Lots of people are here today. I'm just thrilled to see so many people visiting.
Paul's
Camel, but
pee.
this is not a camel. This is
Oh, no, this is a gore.
a gourd.
Is that the same thing? Jafar and Spolspine. That's the two
Two
camels. that we have.
camels. Look at it. Look at this. The other one looks like it is dead to the world with the legs stick.
À deux bas, c'est des chameaux.
Il y en a juste à 2 endroits au Canada, Toronto.
Oh, so Texas just tell me that the name we say gaur, and there's only 2 places in Canada you could find them or see them, and there's at Toronto Zoo and here.
And here, that's
Yeah.
wonderful.
And you,
Le Max, c'est juste ici.
we saw a nagger just before, but there's only here in Canada.
Yeah,
that's
that's wonderful.
And as you can see, the camels, there's one of his.
The camel is so dead to the
because
world.
He's a little bit fat, so that's fat that make his bus. How do you say bus?
Hump.
Yeah, his humps going on the side because
Camels
he's
have bad
fat.
breath too, in case you didn't notice.
Il est trop gros, leur
If
poil.
you ever feed one, you would know.
Parce que ils sont.
Maybe that's why occasionally I hear the phrase camel breath.
Ça kick. Camels can kick every side.
Isn't
The
that
same
amazing?
Well, depend.
Riding too.
Pardon?
Morocco.
I've ridden on camels before. I don't know how they can do that.
Even
I can-
llamas and alpacas can also kick from every side.
Every side.
So you always have to be
They're
careful.
never safe, huh?
Exactly.
Des années. Moi, je fais ça. Toute la journée, là.
And it's the only kind of horses that the human never had been able to domesticate.
No kidding.
So yeah.
I wonder why.
Et la Mongolie, il y en a plus des sauvages.
It's from Mongolia.
Mongolia.
Mongolia,
yeah.
there you go.
And there's no more at the to the wild
More
world.
wild ones, huh?
Exactly.
I saw on television recently that some of the western wild horses are up for adoption in this part of the country. And if you want a wild horse, they will bring you one, and relatively inexpensively, because they have to thin the herds down. There's so many wild horses.
You should come work to Parc Safari. You know a lot of things.
Oh, I love it. That's because I'm old.
Oh,
You get to learn things when you're old. Look at this. Almost smiling at you. Look, isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, it is. We will see beetles cows soon.
Look at this. On this side, the nose is. Look at this. Look at the head right in there. Oh, the big long tongue. Try to feed this one. Oh my goodness. That's a shaggy face. Look at
Yeah.
that inside the car. Wow.
Their nickname is beetle cows.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they have the
Oh,
air,
yes,
air
the
car
hair.
of beetle. Oh, well, whose turn is it?
Time to feed. Time to feed.
Good.
Come on.
Have fun.
Oh. Boy, look at that. You're beautiful. You're beautiful.
Islander cows.
Really?
Yes. Or beetle cows.
Beetle cows.
They're so funny. Huh?
Nice bangs.
They're not nervous. They're really calm.
Oh, very calm. Thank goodness for that. They could do some damage with those sharp horns if they wanted to.
right.
Good job, Virginie.
Merci. Hello. Want to feed them again?
Your turn.
Martin. Oh, yeah. Have it too? Oh, gosh. Ugh.
I love it.
I prefer my computer.
Oh.
No, it's fun. Have it encore?
Ça va les mains.
So you should wash your hand before you
Yeah,
put it in your mouth.
that's right.
For sure I will.
Oh, look at this.
That's a small one. I think it's a, or not? 1 year old.
1 year old?
Yes. Do. Someone want something to eat?
No, thank you.
Sure. If you look at their feet, it's just
I know, it's amazing. Like you said, they are so strong.
Yeah, I would not like to be attacked by one of
No,
them.
not at all.
Would like some? Look at that. C'est pourquoi il y a du bleu sur le bord des yeux? Du bleu par... Tu fais de même ou c'est... Look at that blue.
I know, isn't it incredible? The blue on his neck.
Il pince-tu lui?
He's more interested in the people than he is the food.
Oh, you don't understand.
Those are penetrating eyes, aren't they?
Yeah, eh?
Wow.
Okay, I don't think you want to eat.
Oh, I don't think so.
Would you like to? Bye.
No, not this time.
Non, on avait. Ben, c'est parce que les animaux, ils étaient pas
Yes.
Oh, ouais.
C'est rare, hein, ça?
Deux endroits au Canada.
There's only 2 places in Canada to have some paired David deers, and no more at the wild, in the
No
wild.
more in the wild. Yeah, David. Father David deer. Look at the beautiful, beautiful racks like reindeer, huh?
And they like to be in the mud because it keeps, it's not too hot, so
Cool, huh?
exactly.
Mais vous avez autre chose à faire ici?
Left-hand side, a baby over here by the water. Isn't that beautiful?
Last time they were like,
Oh,
look at that one. Wow.
the American bison is here. Check your nickels, folks. Look at this. Look at that one horn all worn off. Say hello there. Look at the babies over here, Calvin, going by, just running by you.
We will hit the car.
Oh, don't do that.
Yeah, fine.
Wow.
That's like 1 year old.
Small one with little horns.
Ça, c'est qu'ils perdent aussi leur poil d'hiver.
Yeah, they have a strange style, a strange look, but it's because of the summertime.
Mais c'est long parce que les chevaux, les cris où je vais, ils ont fait leur bonne histoire, ça fait longtemps.
Not wapiti. Wapiti is in French. So elks. Particularité.
Oh, yeah.
It's from no. What?
Yeah, beautiful horns and velvet.
That's another kind of in the same family of llamas
Llama.
and alpacas, camels, all same family. C'est quoi qu'il y a mis dedans, en anglais?
So many things are included at Parc Safari in the price of admission, and of course, you must have an amusement park.
We should just point out where we were. We didn't introduce it. All of a sudden, people saw us in the back of a truck. We were promised a guided tour. My vision did not include sitting in the back of a pickup, but it was a fun trip.
You did well, and that's not the least comfortable place you've ever ridden in, and I can attest to that.
It's kind of difficult. I apologize for the jumpy pictures, but
There wasn't a fault of the camera, that's for sure, but that's all right. We had a good time. We got an explanation of some of the animals, and we took the tour, the African Safari Tour. Now we're in the amusement park area, and you can see the various rides that have been here for a very, very long time. A miniature roller coaster and some antique cars and some of the other things. Lots of stuff is under construction, as Jean-Pierre told us. There will be massive, even grand changes. And grand has even a different meaning in the French language, but it will be expanded a great deal in the next 7 years as they pour a lot of money into making this more family friendly, so people can actually stop here and spend not just 1 day but 7 days and either camp in the area or have, as he called it, alternative housing. Maybe they'll have little cabins and trailers, and I don't know what they might have besides the regular campground. And there will be a golf course, miniature golf course, or 3-hole golf course besides. But all the kids love the rides, and those swings always did it to me, you know. My stomach goes crazy just watching that go around in circles. But they eat it up. We've taken a long walk on the boardwalk at Parc Safari, round and through the woods and the valleys and the streams, and I remember these wolves. And what a cacophony of sound they raised when the white lions were brought here. For those people who are regular watchers of Hometown Cable in our little corner, they heard the sound as we did, and I was astounded because I couldn't quite find a direction for it until I eventually looked over and saw them with their noses raised in the air, raising a big fuss, just as my big white dog Kia does when the fire siren blows within 20 or 30 feet of my house. But here they are, much more restful today. It's amazing how these animals can coexist, although I'm sure they don't go in the same cages with the white lions, which we hope to see in a very few minutes. Well, for those of you who didn't get to see our programs in 2008, when the very rare white lions were brought here to Parc Safari near Hemmingford, Quebec, here's a good look at them now, a male and a female, and aren't they beautiful? They aren't really white, but they certainly are different from the average lion. And in front there's a walkway, and you can see people going through the glass enclosed walkway. It's very interesting because on occasion, when they seem a little friskier than they are now, they will climb up on top and lie down so they're just a few inches above your head, and it gives you just a little bit of a start when you look up. When you look up, I mean, but I don't think they're willing to do that today.
Well, I just wonder if the glass gets a little warm, even though it might be
Yeah, you're
protected in some way, but it must be a little warm in these hot days.
I would imagine. I don't know if that's real glass. I would guess it's plexiglass,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure. But they're beautiful. Oh, the third one, I can see a tail and a leg sticking out, so the third one is there. And they are in obvious good health. And the regular lions are way to the far right. See? There's one there's the male, the king of the lions. He's underneath a bit of a shelter, and the female's way over to the far right in the corner past the fountain. And it was interesting to watch them as they got to know each other through the fence. I don't think they've put them together yet, though, Cal.
No, although they plan to.
Yeah.
But as you recall from last year, the male just sat there and let the ladies do all the fussing.
Yeah, of course, as
the
ladies
newcomers
always
came.
do, right? That's
He
what
sat there
happened.
much like he is right now. And the ladies were doing his bidding, and they reported back to him, I guess.
There was a lot of fussing here last year because there were literally hundreds of people vying for a view of these white lions when they were first introduced. And it created what I might call an international stir of a positive nature. And when I said we had people, famous people who visit us for the occasion, people who've studied these lions for a long time and are the reason for them being here. And it's just a tribute, I think, to the people who run Parc Safari and to the people who visit here, to find something a little bit different every time and to see these white lions as probably one of their main attractions. They certainly show big pictures of them on the billboards, Calvin.
They certainly do, and you know, it's a great way to house these animals. That the people are caged up and the animals are roam free, and it's a great experience. You know, you watch these wildlife programs on television, and here's your chance to experience it yourself without having to go to Africa or South America or
Exactly.
wherever.
I find myself attracted to those programs because I guess we're all interested in how animals think and how they react in the wild, and their lives are sometimes very violent, and they show some of that violence on television, but that's, what Darwin called the survival of the fittest. The big guy takes the day.
Oh, I thought it was the fattest. Oh.
I'm in trouble. I don't know about you. But
Time to tell me.
Yeah, but it is a pleasure to be here, especially on a perfect day. And we never know exactly what the weather's going to be, although the long-range forecast said it was going to be a pretty good day for the 17th of June, 2009, as opposed to last year and several years previously when some of the summer months were a little bit damp. So as Jean-Pierre said, we deserve good weather this year, and I hope it holds for them all summer long. I don't know what the official name is, but I would dub them the Avenue of African Sculptures. Very interesting. And if you thought maybe they were totally hand-carved, I hate to disillusion you, but we got a nice, powerful 16-volt quarter-inch drill making holes in them. But it does add something for those people who come here, and hopefully they were carved by some local artisan, which they didn't have to import all the way from Canada. But it's a great site and a good day for everybody concerned.
Well, let's hope they did import them from Canada, not Africa.
You know what I meant, from Africa. Thank God you're there to listen, edit my remarks. Maybe some guy from Katie'ville with a small jackknife, huh?
Well, this is going to wrap it up, Gordy. Always a fun time here, family fun, and it's so close to the border. It just I can't imagine there are too many people in our neck of the woods who haven't ventured over here.
The great adventure might be to come when I try to get back across the border, but in the meantime, we'd like to thank Jean-Pierre, Ranger, and Diane, and the young ladies who helped us around today, and including the guy who drove the pickup truck. I don't know if it needs new shocks or not, but I'll let you know to see how I wake up tomorrow morning. But it has been a good day. Weather-wise, an absolutely perfect day. Nice sunshine. And I think you got at least Calvin's eye view of Parc Safari in Hemmingford, Quebec. Join us next time for our programs. We always entertain your suggestions and your comments. And of course, we love to get your checks. They can view this program, if you're watching this on your local cable system, it can be viewed at two internet sites. One of them is Plattsburgh.com and the other one is
HometownCableNetwork.com. And we've been putting up on HometownCableNetwork.com, we've been putting up a lot of things the same day that we tape them. So check there, and of course always check at Plattsburgh.com too.
That's wonderful. Do that. Thanks so much for your input, everybody, of every kind. And who knows where we're going to be next time for our little corner.